So I was talking Flemish now. It's a language that you do not normally, that you do not understand. Now, if the persons talked to Ciro, even if it was Italian, Ciro did not understand. It was like talking Chinese. He only understood the language of a few objects. So what did he do? Imagine that I continue to talk in Flemish to you. En dat ik zeg, vind dat die zaal hier eigenlijk wel bomvol zit en straks hebben we hier geen zuurstof meer. En we moeten eigenlijk zomaar heel de dag verder doen. Dat zal niet gemakkelijk zijn. I see some people looking around. Some people are frowning. And I think within a few minutes some people maybe are going to leave the room or are going to say very bad things to me. So Ciro didn't have the choice. The only possibility to tell us that he didn't understand was hitting himself in the face. So Ciro hit himself very hard in the face, and we immediately stopped the activity and we went outside with him seeing the cars. So in the future, I think we could help Ciro. How can we help him? Not by saying, don't hit you. Don't hit yourself will not be the solution. Ciro is not going to understand. So in the future, when we make activities for Ciro, the activities will have to be visually clear so that he can see that they have a clear beginning and a clear end. Imagine that Ciro is an adult young man with autism. The autism will still be there. Also, when he's going to work, he will need activities, work activities, with a very clear beginning and a very clear end. And not the blah, 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 and not the talking, but the visual activity. Because people with autism, they are visual thinkers. They are visual thinkers when they are small children. They continue to be visual thinkers when they are grown-ups. I also forgot to say that Ciro had a small work table, an activity table, so that it was visually clear for him that when he had to do an activity, he had a specific activity corner, work corner for that. Also, when Ciro is a grown-up, he still needs the predictability of where am I supposed to do my work. So when the children are small, we have our classroom. And in our classroom, they have their activity corner, a small table, very protected, where they do their activities. We also have a free time area. We also have an area where they can eat and drink. We also have a small area where they can rest. So each corner in the classroom is predictable. We use the strong point of the child with autism. They make concrete associations. So we're going to use this as a strong point, that there is an association between a place and an activity, and also between an activity and a behavior. Because when you are in your activity area, you are supposed to do your activities. You are not supposed to lie down on the floor and to flap your hands. So we use the thinking style of the child with autism in order to adapt space. When the child with autism is a grown-up, we have to do exactly the same thing, because the child with autism will become an adult with autism. And also adults with autism need the predictability when they work. Where can I do my work? In which place can I do my work? Where is the place where I can have my sandwich? Where is the place where I can have free time? Where is the place when I can take a rest? So you see, we are going to do the same things for adult people with autism. Adult people with autism are visual thinkers. So we have to make it visually clear where they can work. We have to give a visual answer to the question, where is my workplace? And which activity can I do? And the activities have to be a very clear beginning and a very clear end. So this is the first situation when we saw the hitting behavior, the stress behavior of Luca, and we know now how we can in the future prevent this problem behavior by adapting the activities. I also said that Ciro hit himself. The second was during the communication snack. So we had a snack, and Ciro was sitting at the table, and he was surrounded by all kinds of food and drinks. But unfortunately, when he was sitting there during 10 minutes, all of a sudden he started to hit himself. He could see the food, he could see the drinks, there was bread, there were candies, Coca-Cola, and all kinds of things. And unfortunately, the participants of the training, when they saw him hitting, they said, he wants to go outside. He is not hungry at all because he doesn't ask for food. Now, thinking again of the image of the iceberg, we are not going to say, stop hitting yourself. You're going to try to understand the why of the hitting. And we knew that Ciro liked to eat bread. So what did we do? We took a piece of bread, and we knew that Luca understood a plate. So we gave him a plate, and we taught him to give the plate to an adult that was sitting in front of him. And then the adult gave him a small part of the bread, and Luca could eat it. And after having tried out several times, Ciro, by himself, took the plate, gave it to the adult in front of him, and started to ask for bread. And it was very emotional to see that after a few minutes, Ciro had eaten a small bread. So Ciro was very hungry, but he was not able to ask for something. So a small child with autism, in order to prevent the hitting in this situation, we have to teach communication skills. So instead of saying he's not hungry, he didn't ask for anything, we are going to say he's not able to ask for anything. We have to teach him how to ask for it. Also, adult people with autism, we should not expect them to communicate if we do not teach them communication. We have to continue to teach them communication, also when they are working, asking for help, for instance. Many people with autism may have problem behavior in a work situation because they are not able to ask for help. Or perhaps they are not able to say that they don't feel good. Or perhaps they are not able to say that they are hungry or that they have to go to the toilet. So we continuously have to work on their communication skills. I come back to Ciro again. Ciro hit himself while he was eating. Now you have to know that during this week, at the day when he was hitting himself during eating, we had prepared a fruit salad with all the children from the classroom. And Ciro liked to eat fruit salad. So he had assisted in preparing the fruit salad, but he was not allowed to eat it. Because first of all, he had to eat his antipasto and his spaghetti. So he was sitting in the kitchen and he could see the fruit salad somewhere on a table. And we said that he had to eat his salad first. So Ciro was a very nice little boy and he ate his salad. And he thought, after my salad, I will have the fruit salad. But when his salad was finished, all of a sudden there was a door opening and a lady coming in with a trolley. And the lady had a trolley full of pasta. And Ciro was not allowed to eat his fruit salad, but he had to eat his pasta first. And yes, he was a very nice little boy and he ate his pasta. And try to think like Luca now. You see the fruit salad, you eat your pasta, you see the fruit salad, you watch the fruit salad, you want to eat the fruit salad, but you have to eat the pasta. Okay, when all the pasta has disappeared, he thinks, now my fruit salad, and there is that lady again with a trolley full of meat. Luca starts hitting himself. This is enough. This is the only way he is able to tell us that this is not okay. He wants to have his fruit salad. So, for Chiro, in the future, what are we going to do? We are going to make this meal more predictable so that he knows beforehand when he will have his fruit salad. For instance, you can put like 3 plates on his table so that he sees that he has to eat first the salad and then the meat and then the pasta and then the meat, and then afterwards he will have the fruit salad. Children with autism, sometimes I think we ask from people with autism more than from ordinary people. Imagine that I'm sitting at the table and there is a bottle of wine somewhere in a corner, and I know that I will have the bottle of wine. Well, I wanted the bottle of wine when I start eating. And if I'm not allowed to drink the bottle of wine, then you have to tell me beforehand. So I think it's only correct and polite to give this predictability also to the child with autism, but also for the adult people with autism. Also, adult people in work situations will need the predictability of when am I going to eat, where am I going to eat, what am I supposed to eat, what am I allowed to eat, etc. Because we also know that a lot of our adult people with autism have sensory difficulties, and sometimes they are not able to tell us when they are hungry. Some of them don't feel it when they are hungry. And some of our adult people with autism, when they smell the food, they think, oh, it's time to eat, and they want their food immediately. So it's very important also in a work situation to give the predictability upon these basic elements, because we as so-called normal people, we have context elements that tell us when it is time to eat. Like maybe I am hungry now, but I know that I'm not allowed to eat because I'm able to read the context. I have to work now. This conference is not finished yet. It's only 10 o'clock, so it's not time for eating. And even if I smell food, I know that I have to stay here. But this is not the case for adult people with autism, because they have difficulties in giving meaning to the context elements. It's possible that when they smell the food or when they see the food, that they want to have it immediately. So this predictability, all these things will also be important in workplaces.